こんにちは、ピーター・バラカンです。Small Island Big Song 大海原のソングラインというドキュメンタリー映画もうすでに公開中なんですけど、これから1時間にわたってその映画の宣伝を兼ねたトークショーを行います。監督とプロデューサー、そして映画に登場する2人のミュージシャンを後ほどお迎えしますけれど、その前にまずこの映画の予告編をご覧いただきましょう。
Like they are part of me, they are part of my family. I think after 5,000 years, the first time the descendants of one DNA to come together and produce something that is amazing.
Usor no arumanay, mi fisi sapti adira po.はい、ご覧のように映画館でも公開中ですし、オンラインでも見ることができます。で、今画面にも登場しました。左の方が監督のティム・コール、そして右はプロデューサーのBaoBao Chen。2人が台湾にいます。Hi Tim, BaoBao, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Hi Peter.
Hi Peter. Yeah.
Hi.
I've got to say the storm has picked up, so there's a bit of lightning and thunder going on. Here we go.
I can see the rain behind you. It's quite dramatic. Yeah.
嵐が起こってきたので、背景に非常に雨が降ってきて雷が落ちているところです。
下の方に映っているのは通訳のジョー・フリンです。Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Good to see you.
Okay, I saw this film just over a year ago at a film festival in Okinawa. I was just really impressed. Really, we should have been seeing it in the theater here in the springtime this year. In fact, you were supposed to come over, but unfortunately, that didn't all pan out. 去年、沖縄の映画祭でこの映画を初めて見て、とても強い印象を受けましたけど、本当だったらね、春からやる予定でした。ただ、コロナのためにそれが流れちゃって、ようやく今、公開の運びとなったわけです。Let's get straight into this. You spent 3 years making this film, and you went to a whole bunch of different countries. The whole arc of the story about the voyages that started 5,000 years ago, when did you become aware of this?
Wow, it all.
I should say that in Japanese, shouldn't I? 3年がかりでね、作った映画なんですけど、これはもう5000年前から台湾から人々が海に出て、それで太平洋の島々、インド洋の島々にその航海がつながるという話ですけど、どのようにしてこのことを知ったのかという質問です。Go ahead.
Okay. Wow. Well, just at the same time as I met BaoBao, I had this job going to Vanuatu to do a film there, and that footage is in the film. And whilst I was in Vanuatu, I heard this story, and Sandy Sir, the manager of the Water Women's Group, I said, look, I've met this wonderful girl from Taiwan. And he said, I'll tell you something interesting about Taiwan. And he told me about this connection that their people shared, the seafaring connection, which can be traced back to Taiwan, which also went across to Madagascar, the Indian Ocean. And when I got back, I looked into it, and I thought, wow, what an incredible story that I knew nothing about.
Did you have to do... Oh, sorry, Joe, go ahead.
この話について知った経緯なんですけれども、ちょうどバオバオに出会った時に、バヌアツのフィルムフェスティバルの時だったんですけれども、このバヌアツでウォーターウィメンというその水を使って、音楽を作るということをしていまして、そこで台湾の素晴らしい女性に出会ったという話をしていたときに、それについて、そのお話をした際に、その人から台湾について非常に面白い話を知っているよという話を聞きまして、この台湾の方々、海を渡って、マダガスカルですとかインド洋に渡っていったという話を聞いたわけです。それについて聞いた後にものすごい話だと私は思いまして、ここで知ることになったわけです。
Okay. Are you guys okay, by the way? Your mic seems to be dead.
Yeah, we may need to go inside. That last piece of lightning was just out there, right?
That was pretty dramatic, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
you're going to move indoors.
It just means I have to unplug the audio setup. And
okay.
But I think we're right if we just move in the corner. We're around the cover. Okay. Yeah. We're just going to bump up a little bit more. So
okay.
See, this is what it's like when we were doing the album too. It was all in nature. It's about, we need to live with nature, and here we are. So just give me a moment.
Okay, fair enough. Joe, do you want to translate that?
このアルバムのテーマでもあるんですけれども、自然と共生する、共に生きていくということで、今もこの自然、雷が近くに落ちたわけでして、ちょっと今セットアップを移動させているところですので、少々お待ちください。
いや、マダガスカルっていうところは、アフリカ南部の沖合にある大きな島なんですけど、それが文化的にインドネシアと深いつながりがあることは分かっていたんですけど、それがゆくゆく台湾の方につながるっていうのをこの映画を見て初めて知ってかなり驚きました。Well, I was aware that Madagascar また行っちゃったのか。どうしました？帰ってきたかな。生放送って往々にしてこういうことがあるもんですね。Are you guys all right now? Are you set up again? No, your mics are off. Oh, you back on? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So it's a little drizzly and
drizzly. That's what we say in England. I was just saying in Japanese, I was aware that Madagascar, despite its being very close to Africa, had cultural connections, deep cultural connections with Indonesia. I had no idea that those connections went all the way back to Taiwan. Were you surprised to find out these things yourselves?
Absolutely, because when we had the idea to begin the project, initially we thought of just working with some musicians in Taiwan and in Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu. But we thought this is such a big story. We really need to reach out as far as we can and to connect with Madagascar, Hawaii, Easter Island as well. So it also opened this huge range of instruments and palette of musicians and sounds to work with on the album too. And
right. I mean, a project like this,
ごめんなさい。Go ahead.
当初はこの台湾とのコネクションということで、パプアニューギニアですとかバヌアツとのコラボレーションを想定したんですけれども、非常に壮大なストーリーだということが分かってきたときに、ハワイですとか、イースター島といったより広い広範囲でつながりを持っている、島々と一緒にすることにいたしました。で非常に楽器に関しても、多岐にわたる楽器がありまして、そしてこの島々の非常に才能を持ったミュージシャンたちとのコラボレーションをすることができました。
For a small independent production, spending a lot of time going to a lot of different countries, there must have been a lot of stress involved getting together the financial backing to make this film. BaoBao, as the producer, do you want to talk a little bit about how that went?
Yeah. So yeah, when we had the idea of doing this project, we only had around $5,000 between us. But we just really believe in this project, and we try to find a lot of different ways to raise funds, to save money. And one of the things was Peace Boat, which took us from Yokohama to Madagascar. And that's how we could work with a lot of the musicians in Madagascar.
And that's where we met Joe, who's doing the translating.
Right.
He was our guide and
He's our dear friend.
Yeah.
今の
予算組のことについて聞いてましたけど、一応どうぞ答え。
はい、バオバオさんからの回答でして、最初にこのアイデアを思いついたときに、予算として$5,000しかないと、2人で$5,000しかないという状況でスタートしまして、ただ、信念だけは非常に強く持っていて、様々な方法で資金を集めたということです。でそのうちの一つの方法として、ピースボートという世界を旅するクルーズ船に乗船しまして、横浜からマダガスカルまで航海をしました。マダガスカルで下船をしまして、多くのマダガスカルのミュージシャンと共に音楽を作ることができたというわけです。
And in the film, you have people from a number of different islands all playing with each other virtually. Had you seen any of the Playing for Change videos before making your film?
Of course, I was aware of that, and there are similarities, in the technique. It's not unlike just a normal recording session in the studio that you lay the rhythm track down first, then the guitarist comes in on their own and they do their parts, and then the singer comes in at the end, and everyone. The difference was one person began the song. This is like Playing for Change, and then we began the song, and we said to them to play it in nature, and then we traveled that song.
Right. Did you have any idea when a song started how it was going to sound when it finished? I mean, did you know where you were going to go to add on different parts to it?
Should we wait for Joe to catch up with the last one?
Oh, sorry.
Do you want to say the question in Japanese first?
Okay, what did I ask? About,
did we know how the song was going to grow?
複数の島の人たちが一つの曲の中で共演してるわけですけど、Playing for Change っていう企画があってね、その映画を作る前にそれを少し知っていたかという質問だったんですね。それ分かっていたということですけど、じゃあジョー、その答えどうぞ。
はい。この、通常であればリズムがあってギタリストが入ってきて、で最後に歌い手が歌手がいてっていうふうに音楽を作っていくんですけれども、もうこれを完全に、自然の中でやっていくということでした。で、どんな音楽になるかということですけれども、事前に大体、想定をして行っておりました。
So you know pretty much how it was going to go?
No, the opposite actually.
Oh.
分かっていたというふうに今言ったんですけど、実は何も、想像できていませんでした。真逆でした。
So we left Alice Springs, Central Australia with no script, nothing, just the microphones and the cameras, and a few musicians we knew. So because we couldn't speak for these cultures, and we can't speak for their relationship to the land. So we wanted to discover something new for ourselves. So we let the whole process guide the way the songs grew and the story developed, so we could be surprised by it and learn something as well.
Mm-hmm.
まずはオーストラリアの中央にあるアリススプリングスというところから始まって、マイクとカメラと、あと、つながりのある数人のミュージシャンから始まりまして、この、文化と、その土地に関して私たちが代弁するということはできなかったので、この、何か新しい、私たちが新しいことをどんどん、開拓して知っていく、というプロセスを、始めようと思いました。
Okay, I think we should bring in Charles Maimarosia now from the Solomon Islands. Charles is online in Melbourne, in Australia. Charles, oh, there he is. Okay. Charles, are you actually living in Melbourne now?
Yeah, I'm living at the moment in Melbourne. Originally, I'm from Solomon Islands. Yeah.
And where did you film your part for this movie?
Oh, so Tim and Baba came, and then we went to one of the forests. It's a wombat forest and forests. Came to Melbourne to look at this forest, and also we want a film that will be able to at least show a place that is similar to Solomon Islands. That is why we selected that site in order to at least have a connection with the nature in Solomon Islands.
私はソロモン諸島出身で、今現在はメルボルンにいます。どこでこの映像を撮影したかというところなんですけれども、メルボルンの森の中でティムとバオバオがメルボルンに来た際に一緒に撮影をしました。そこを選んだ理由は、ソロモン諸島にできるだけ近い環境、そして自然の中であるということ、という理由から選びました。
And were you yourself aware of the relationships between these different islands in the Pacific and the Indian Ocean?
I do. I think every people in Pacific do. I mean, they have this connection that's been going on for centuries, which is they know that these other islands in the Pacific, they have a connection with, especially the Polynesian, Micronesians, and Melanesians. We've been doing things together in the past, which is could be barter system where we exchange food and also exchange cultural activities. Like we've been together for us since a long time ago, something like that.
この、太平洋の島々の関係について、インド洋の島々の関係について知っていたかという質問なんですけれども、私は知っていました。そして、すべての、この島々の人々が認識していると思います。その関係は何千年もの間にわたりまして、特に太平洋の島の中でもポリネシア、ミクロネシア、メラネシアというところはつながりが、非常にあって、一緒に、食べ物ですとか、あと文化の、共有といったそういった交流が行われていたことは、分かっています。非常に長い間、多くのつながりがあったというふうに、認識しています。
Tim, BaoBao, is your rain getting pretty heavy again?
It's passed over now. The rain's sort of heavy, but the storm's passed.
But I feel like half of my face is wet.
Well, just quickly, I will explain. The theme of the whole project is absolutely like connecting music to where the culture comes from and recording on people's homelands. It was just in the case with Charles that, he was in Melbourne at the time, and we just grabbed the moment and always planning. It's just one. There's just two places we didn't get to. That was Solomon Islands with Charles and Rapa Nui with Yo-Yo. That was also recorded in Australia, but every other shot, everything else was recorded And it actually says in the film, it says where it was recorded.
Right, right.
今雨が、はい、雨がまだ非常に強く降っていますが、このテーマなんですけれども、それぞれのこの文化が来たところに音楽を使って音楽を通してつないでいくというところです。チャールズに関してはメルボルンでの撮影となりまして、それを含めて2カ所だけその音楽が来たところで撮影ができなかったんですけれども、ソロモン諸島との場合はチャールズ、そしてラパンヌイの場合はヨーヨーというミュージシャンとの撮影が現地ではできなかったんですけれども、それは映画の中にも詳細が記載されています。
So Charles, you're going to sing for us a song today, right?
Yes.
And it's the one that you also sing in the film.
Yes, I do.
Nakawarawara To'o.
Yeah.
Is that the title?
Yeah, that's the title.
What does that mean?
It means I'm sending these prophetic words across to you, the words of the ancestors, something like that.
Okay.
It is about the treasures in the ocean and treasures on the land, and also about keeping the ocean like the ones that were born before we do. They really kept that ocean really well. So it's our duty, and it's going to be the duty of the future generations to do the same thing, looking after the ocean, because it observes a lot of things that will spoil the nature, and at the same time it provides the oxygen that sustained our living right now. So that's how important it is. The ocean for us is how important the ocean for us is.
これから私が演奏する音楽なんですけれども、中わらわらとというタイトルでして、その意味が祖先の言葉ということで、どういった言葉を伝えていくかということなんですけれども、海のわだちですとか、あと、土地のその歴史といったところで、私たちのその海ですとか土地を守っていく、持続可能な状態にしていくというのが私たちの義務であって、将来世代の義務でもあるということです。海をきちんと守っていかなければ、自然のいろいろなことを吸収していくのも海ですし、そして酸素を供給してくれるのも海なので、海が非常に重要だということを伝えていく音楽です。
ざいます。
ありがとうございます。
That was great. I
Yeah.
take advantage of my mic being muted. They're playing air percussion here at home.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That rig you have with the panpipes, did you make that yourself?
Yes, I do. But it's easy. Anyone can make it. It's in C pentatonic scales.
Uh-huh.
And you can actually make it like A pentatonic scale, B, C, D, E, F, G pentatonic scales. It depends on whatever scale you are familiar to use. Yeah.
Right, and you just hang it around your neck.
Before I used to tie it, I used string.
Uh-huh.
I went to the shop and bought one of the harmonica.
Oh, it's a harmonica rack.
Yeah, harmonica holder.
Okay.
Instead of using the string, I use the harmonica holder so that it's easy for you to adjust to certain sizes that suit your neck.
Okay.
But the thing is that it's really important for you to do exercise with your neck before playing this type of instrument.
Yeah, right. So is that something that you're the only one that plays in that style, or are there other people that do it in the same way?
Now people saw it, that I did it, and they started to do it because probably it's good for them.
So you're the first.
I won't say that there are ones.
Yes, you are.
Maybe they did it lots of years ago. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Many years ago.
パンパイプという私が使っていた楽器なんですけれども、首に今、かける部分なんですけれども、こちらは誰でも作れるものでして、ハーモニカのホルダー、なんですけれども、私が、これを吹く前に大事だと思うのが、首のストレッチ、運動をしておいた方がいいと思います。で、この、パンパイプなんですけれども、私のスタイルというのが、独自のものかということなんですけれども、私が、だいぶ前にそのスタイルをするようになって、他の人も同じように、真似するようになったということですね。
Okay. So, BaoBao, you have another clip of Charles playing at a festival, I gather.
Yeah, so after recording with Charles and released the album, we actually went on a world tour around. So this clip is when we were in Spain back in 2018, when we first headlined a huge festival. And this clip is showing Charles singing that song with other characters from the film, with the film in the background. So yes.
Oh, right.
これからもう一つのフィルムをお見せするんですけれども、こちらは2018年にスペインでワールドツアーをしていた時の映像になります。チャールズが、こちら演奏をしていまして、一緒に、他の、方々、他の、ミュージシャンも演奏していて、その背景に、映像が流れているという感じです。
Wow, that's terrific. Is there more of that on YouTube if you look for it?
Yes. Our YouTube channel, Small Island Big Song, you'll see a lot more videos. We played around like Europe, Asia, Australia. We haven't been to Japan yet.
Yeah.
And America.
Oh, we should have to set that up. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
このような映像はYouTube に他にもあります。Small Island Big Song で英語で検索していただければ、ヨーロッパ、アジア、そしてオーストラリアで、演奏した時の映像がございます。日本はまだ訪れていることができていないので、ぜひ今度訪れたいと思っています。
Okay, we got one more guest coming on this stream today, and she was also in that video just now, Alena Murang from Sarawak in Malaysia. Alena, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks
And
for
where are
having
you?
me.
Where are you today?
I'm in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So I'm based in Kuala Lumpur now.
I see. Okay. You filmed your part in Sarawak, though.
Yes. So when Tim and BaoBao sent me an email about this project, and I said to them, we could film in Kuala Lumpur, and we could find like a river or a similar setting to my village, because my village is quite a trip to get to. And they were quite adamant. They said, no, we're going to go to your village. So we did that. Yeah.
Now the film's
アレナ
called.
と
Go ahead, John.
はい
Yeah.
アレナと申します。私は、この、映画に、実は出ているんですけれども、マレーシアの、サラワックというところ出身です。で今はクアラルンプールを拠点にしていまして、今も現在クアラルンプールから、つないでおります。サラワックで、映像は撮影したわけなんですけれども、まずティムとバオバオからメールが来た際に、私はそのサラワックという私の村は遠いので、クアラルンプールで同じような、川ですとか、そういった同じようなセッティングのところを探して撮影しましょうというふうに言ったんですけれども、ティムとバオバオは村が遠くても村で実際に撮りたいということで、村で撮ることになりました。
Now, the film's called Small Island Big Song. Your island is actually pretty large. Sarawak is part of Borneo.
Yeah. So I'm from the Malaysian part of Borneo, which is the north part of the island. And yeah, it's a pretty big island. But it's said that our ancestors came from Taiwan through the Philippines and then to Sabah, which is North Borneo. And then right where I am, my village is right in the heart of Borneo, so on the Indonesian-Malaysian border.
Okay.
この、大海原のソングラインというタイトルなんですけれども、英語名がスモールアイランドビッグソングなんですけど、このボルネオというのは非常に大きい島ですので、小さい島ではないですよねということで、非常に、確かに大きくて、私の、このボルネオというのは、私の住んでいるところはもともと先祖がフィリピン、そして北ボルネオのサバを通って、やっていきまして、ボルネオの中央に位置します。
Can you show us the instrument that you play? I've never seen it before, that scene in the film. It's a lovely instrument. What's it called?
It's called sape. Sape, S-A-P-E, apostrophe. And it's a lute instrument. It's hollow at the back.
Oh, wow.
So all the resonance comes from here. And we keep beeswax. This is beeswax and extra frets. So we stick on the frets with the beeswax. With the frets here.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really beautiful. Yeah.
この楽器見たことないかと思うんですけれども、サペという、SAPE で最後のアポストロフィーがつく楽器でして、今後ろの部分が空洞になっていたんですけれども、ここで反響して音が出るというふうになっている、楽器です。
Okay, so you're also going to play for us the song that you sing in the film.
Yes. This is a song called... Go on.
No, I was going to get you to say it.
This is a song called Pemong Jae. It's in the Kenyah language, and it's a song about being with my very, very true friends under the moonlight by the river that gives us so much life.
これから演奏する歌なんですけれども、映画にも出てくるんですけれども、ポモンジャエという、クニャという言語の、曲なんですけれども、そのテーマというのが、親友と、月明かりのもと、川沿いにいるというような、テーマになります。
Among giant Natalu to young malam Indialam Inida Alam alam ini Hidang ida bulan ya taklan dalan lalu ina tuyang ya taklan dalan lalu ina tuyang Nyai katai nai kan tuyang sao sungai sao sungai limun kanan sao sao sungai limun limun kanan ya taklan dalan lalu ina tuyang ya taklan dalan lalu ina tuyang ya taklan dalan lalu ina tuyang Thank you.
That's beautiful. So is that a traditional song? Oh, you need your headphones. Is that a traditional song?
Yeah, that's a folk song.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
No,
usually,
no,
that's from-
usually it's sung a cappella, and we put it to Sape. So it's a traditional singing song, not a traditional Sape song.
Mm-hmm.
今のは民謡でして、通常は演奏して通常アカペラで歌うんですけれども、今の音楽を入れています。
Tim, BaoBao, how did you become aware of Alena? She said you sent her an email.
Wow, we were aware of the music and from that region, and we really wanted to reach out. Particularly, there's an instrument called the bagang that from Lena's heritage, the Kalabit people traveled across the ocean to Madagascar, which became the Valhia. And it was the Rainforest Music Festival. People, when they were in Taiwan, we met them and they said, "Oh, you have to meet Alena. Should be great." And they made up a connection, a contact, which was excellent. And it was just so beautiful. Alena being at Long Palawan, her Longhouse village, and where the parents were there. It's just such a special place.
That scene in the film just is absolutely stunningly beautiful, with the river just bending around there. And then that traditional house with, was it your mother or grandmother or an older woman?
In the longhouse, is it Barrio?
Barrio, that one, yeah.
That's a grand auntie.
Oh, your grand aunt. Okay.
She's playing the bamboo instrument, was it?
Yeah.
That's the bagang, I mean.
You know, I played that song on the radio the other day, and immediately I got emails from 2 or 3 listeners saying they wanted to buy the album, because it's not that easy to get hold of, actually. But I sent them to the Small Island Big Song site, and they were able to get it there.
この楽器の話なんですけれども、実はこの、マダガスカルにこの楽器を演奏している、マレーシアに位置する、方々がいて、それでバルヒアという楽器になったようにつながりがあるんですけれども、どのようにしてアレナさんと出会ったかということですが、レインフォレストミュージックフェスティバルというのがありまして、そのミュージックフェスティバルに行った際に、そこのスタッフの方々が、アレナさんに会うべきだというふうに紹介をしてくださったという経緯があります。そしてこの、アレナさんの村の映像は映画に出てくるんですけれども、川ですとかその家の映像が非常に美しくて、アレナさんの、ひいおばさんにあたる方もそこで登場して竹の楽器を演奏してくださっています。そしてピーターさんがこの音楽についてラジオで流したところ、すぐにリスナーの方からアルバムが欲しいというふうな問い合わせが来て、スモールハイランドビッグソングのウェブサイトに私、誘導しました。
And because the core of the film and the project is to share the music around, so I remember we actually took Charles's song, the Nakawarawara To'o, to Alena's village. And here is a clip of us showing the song to the Penang elders. And they're talking about the instruments in there. So, yeah, the video.
このコンセプトというのが音楽を共有してつながりを作っていくということですので、チャールズさんの中わらわら等の音楽をアレナさんの村に持って行って、そこでアレナさんの村の方々に聞かせた時のリアクションをこれから映像でご紹介します。
Orang kenal nada. Kan? Akui. Kali nek ulun nek masa kini ulu kali satu hak. Masa memang mesti dulu apa? Buat hanya sudah ada minum dari mana? Yang buat mana ni? Akui. Akui, lalu dah kenal tahu.
Akui, yang ke akui. Ada cawe.
Kayu kena cawe.
Bamboo.
Bolok.
Oh, it's so special. It's beautiful.
That's so nice.
Yeah. And of course, there are relationships between the different instruments in the different islands, but at first sight, they look quite different. I mean, you were saying that your instrument, the pade, oh, sorry, it's called the what? No, the one that you play.
Oh, sape.
Oh, sape, sorry. Has a link with the instrument from Madagascar, the vali.
Oh no, it's just give me 2 seconds. I'll go and grab them. It's just
okay.
So that's the bagang. Alena took us to a number of different aunties, the elders, women elders, and there were different instruments that these people are. In many cases, the last people to actually play these instruments, and this instrument, bagang, is like that. So we recorded one of our aunties' elder playing the bagang. And then I synced them up later to her song. So her song features all women playing instruments from the region, and the Penang elder she plays the jaw harp, as well as
楽器のつながりの話なんですけれども、それぞれ初見で見るとあんまり違いが結構違って見えるんですけれども、その映画で紹介されている楽器の中に、アレナさんの親戚の女性が演奏している楽器があって、それがそういった楽器がいろいろあって、ほとんどがもうそこにいる人たちがその楽器の継承者の最後の継承者、伝承者ということになっているんですけど、その楽器がバガンという一つの楽器があるんですけど、これがマダガスカルに伝えられて、マダガスカルでも楽器となっているという経緯がありますね。
So this is pagang, but this one is a bit broken, so I can't really play it. But the strings are carved out from the bamboo, and there's 4 strings.
これは竹でできているバガンという楽器です。で壊れているので今演奏はできないんですけど、竹でできているこの弦楽器です。
So that's the one that's very similar to. Oh, is that the Madagascar?
Yeah,
this
is a valley from Madagascar. This was made by Sammy.
それはバリという楽器で、先ほどお見せしたバガンという楽器がマダガスカルに行って、このバリという楽器になりました。
Yeah, I can't play the valley.
Okay. I see you have quite a selection of other instruments on the wall there.
These are my other sape. These are also sape.
この背後にあるたくさんの楽器あるんですけども、私が持っている他のサペの楽器ですね。
Are they carved? Is that carvings on the bodies or is it painting?
It's painting, but sometimes they do carve it as well. I don't have any carved ones here. And this is the Tahitian ukulele, the one that Yo-Yo plays.
タヒチのウクレレも背後にありまして、あと上にあるサペは塗料が塗ってあって彫ってあるわけじゃないんですけれども、その彫刻みたいに彫ってある楽器もサペも実はあります。
This is what Yo-Yo plays from Rapa Nui, and it's really interesting, I think, playing with all of these musicians because we have to know how to kind of make and fix our own instruments, and sometimes it's very DIY. I think Charles has the same experience. So we have to I have to carve my own frets, and the strings are from fishing lines. So you just go to a fishing store and get string. So we have to be very DIY and creative with the way we fix our instruments.
この楽器について非常に楽器について非常に興味深いのが、こうやって他の島のミュージシャンとコラボレーションをしていると、お互いの楽器を知らないといけないのと、あと、それぞれの楽器がもう DIY といいますか、その自分で作らないといけないので、その弦に関しても、釣りをするときの釣り竿のその針であったり、そういったのを使って楽器を作っております。先ほどお見せしたのは、ラパヌイのヨーヨーというミュージシャンが使っている楽器になります。
Yeah, Charles, you were saying earlier on about making your own the panpipe holder. I'm sure it must be very much the same kind of experience.
Yes, yeah, because when you play another instrument on your fingers, you have to at least have ideas. How can I do this while playing on guitar and playing on my lips, the other instruments? So that is why this idea came to, at least something to hold a panpipe, so that when I play, my hands are doing something, my lips is doing something. It's just the brain who will figure out how the hand works and how the lips will work. That's it.
チャールズさんも先ほどのパンパイプのホルダー首にかける部分なんですけれども、ああいうふうに工夫されていると思いますがというところで、チャールズさんからはそのパンパイプホルダーを思いついたのは、口で演奏しながらさらにギターを弾いたりっていうふうに手も動かさないといけないっていうのがありますので、それをちょっと頭で思い描いてどのようにするかというので、思いついたものになります。
Just quickly on tour as well, because we can't tour with the big bamboo tubes. BaoBao gets online to the local hardware store. We try to track them down in different countries.
Yeah, so usually I will order a lot of bamboos and get it shipped to we've done in Amsterdam or in Norwegian countries, and we have to find the bicycle.
The inner tubes from the bikes to tie the tubes together. And Charles has to cut them to the right length and tune them so they're all ready for this concert.
Oh, right.
And
then, of course,
we don't have the big bamboo band today, but that's an amazing instrument as well. That's from Papua New Guinea?
Well, it's more from Charles from
it's from the Solomon Islands.
Yeah, but near there's Bougainville, which is next to the Solomons, which is a newly independent country, actually, and that our project is a little bit tied up into that. But they share that tradition with the Solomons and with Charles. Charles, he's the one with these stories. He grew up learning the bamboos, and he had to go by boat for, I think, an hour every second day to practice and learn these instruments. Is that right, Charles?
I did 6 years just for... I used to paddle 6 years to a place that is well known now. The place is called Oterama. And yeah, I used to travel to learn. Actually, I was singing at the time, but also when you spend 6 years and people playing panpipes and bamboo, Western bamboo. That's the long thongophones. Yeah, when you spend 6 years and listen every day to instruments like that, you have at least you have ideas, or you have a picture in your mind that you can actually make bamboos. Yeah.
この竹の話なんですけれども、ティムとバオバオからそのワールドツアーに行くとなると、この竹の大きな楽器というのは持ち運びができませんので、バオバオは例えばアムステルダムとか北欧にツアーがあるときは、大量の竹を買いまして、それを、輸送してもらって、そこで、バイクのチューブ、自転車のチューブですね。で、くくりつけまして、で、チャールズが、その竹を切って、チューニングをしていくというような作業も、することがありますので、こちらも DIY の、一例となります。で、この竹の楽器というのは、ソロモン諸島の隣にある、ボルカンビルという最近独立した国が発祥だということなんですけれども、チャールズさんは、その6年間も、パドリングをして、このパイプ、竹のバンブーの楽器を習いに行っておりました。そこでその時には歌も歌っていたので、その竹の音楽を毎日聴きながら、自分の頭の中で絵が思い浮かべるようになるまで毎日6年間通って聴いておりました。
Okay, I think we're running pretty close to the end of our time now. I did just want to ask one more thing to Tim and BaoBao. In the film, everybody plays together, but virtually. It's all edited later on. When you did the tour and actually had musicians from different islands all playing together, how easy or hard was it to orchestrate that? Maybe I should be asking Charles and Alena rather than you. I don't know.
Well, it depended on the songs. There were like 3 approaches. At times, we would let the musician would lead, and we'd all find the way we would contribute to their song and support that on stage. Then there were some songs where it's not so much backing, but we saw there were people on the screen, say the Big Bamboo Orchestra, that they were part of the show, but their part was represented on the screen behind us, and then we would play with that and all the other elements. So, because the theme of the whole project was traditional instruments only, the instruments that talk about a relationship to the earth from that place. So that's why we worked with bamboos, because Charles played acoustic guitar, but bamboos could play the same role and spoke about a relationship to the earth. So it was a mix. It was a mix on stage with playing with the film, and other times the film playing with the musicians.
Joe?
はい、この、質問でして、そのバーチャルでそれぞれ撮影をした後に、 これをエディット、編集して音楽をくっつけていくというのをバーチャルで行っていたと思うんですけれども、これを実際にツアーとなると、物理的に、同じ場所で一緒に演奏するということになるんですけれども、これに関して大変だったこととか、あと、うまくいったこと、などありますかということで、その歌によるんですけれども、大体アプローチがいくつかあって、まずはそのミュージシャンたちにリードをしてもらって、バックで私たちがどのようにして、その音楽がこうスムーズにいくようにサポートできるかというのをするというのもありますし、あと、その場にいられないミュージシャンの方々は映像を後ろ背後のスクリーンに表示をして、そこで共演させるというのもあります。で、ここで大事にしていたのが、地球とのつながり、その土地とのつながりがある、伝統的な楽器のみを使用するということをテーマにしていましたので、そこで竹の楽器が出てくるわけですね。でして、そのように、映像とともに演奏するというのもありますし、その後ろのフィルムでもこう演奏がなされているというような方法でした。
Okay, thank you, everybody. I think we're going to have to wind up pretty much now. Finally, I think we have, what is it, another clip at the end here?
Oh, which one?
I'm not sure.
Of
上を向いて歩こう涙がこぼれないように思い出し春の日一人ぼっちの夜上を向いて歩こう滲んだ星を数えて思い出し夏の日一人ぼっちの夜幸せは雲の上に幸せは空の上に上を向いて歩こう涙がこぼれないように抱きながら歩く一人ぼっちの夜思い出す秋の日一人ぼっちの夜悲しみは星の影に悲しみは月の影に上を向いて歩こう涙がこぼれないように抱きながら歩く一人ぼっちの夜一人ぼっちの夜
Very cool. チャールズ、日本語うまいね。
You're a Charles. Yeah.
Charles, do you actually sing Japanese, or did you just learn that phonetically?
I learned that song. You know, I used to have a Japanese student here with me. A lot of Japanese students come, and I cook for them. It's been going on for 6-7 years now. I'm looking after Japanese students, international students who comes to study in Melbourne, and a lot of them, they always bring gifts, and they do sometimes speak Japanese, and I used to sing them that song. That's why I know.
It's wonderful, Charles. That's so good.
It's
メルボ
probably
ル
the
ンで
only song I know.
メルボルンで音楽を教えているときに日本の生徒が結構いまして、そこで日本の生徒が来るときには、お土産というかそのギフトを持ってきてくれたり、あと日本語でこう話しかけてくれたりというのがありますので、そこでこの歌を覚えたというわけです。
Excellent. I love the scat too. Scat も良かったね。
Actually,
Okay,
Charles is a master of karaoke. So when we do get to Japan,
Oh, right.
so we invite everyone watching now. Let's all, and he can sing. Is it "We Are the World" with all the different singers? He can do every voice. Amazing.
It was
みんな
my
でみんな日本に来たときにはカラオケに行ってチャールズに今の歌を歌ってもらうのと、あとWe Are the World はいろんなミュージシャンが登場しますが、すべての歌をすべての方の声で歌えるので、それもここで視聴している皆さんと一緒にカラオケに行きましょう。
I really hope we can arrange for not just the film is playing now, but it'd be wonderful if we could have some kind of a concert with perhaps not all of the performers, but at least some of them. Any final words, Tim, BaoBao, to people watching this?
If we look on behalf of all the people in the film and the places we visit, we're so, grateful. Arigato gozaimasu. It's so wonderful to have this film in cinemas and in Japan. It's really special, and I know it means much to all the artists and the communities, and it's for our small island Earth. That's the whole message of the film: is we share one small island, and that's our beautiful planet Earth. It's been raining in the background here.
最後にティムからの一言なんですけれども、この映画にフィルムに出演しているすべてのミュージシャン、そしてそのミュージシャンの方々が来た土地に代わりまして皆さんに感謝を申し上げたいと思います。この映像がシネマに映画館で放映される、そして日本にやってきたということで非常にこれに対して感無量ですし、出演しているアーティストですとか、その人たちが来たコミュニティの方々も非常に嬉しく思っているかと思います。このテーマですけれども、今、このスモールアイランドというタイトルが英語に入ってますけど、この地球は一つの小さな島であると私は思っていまして、今、後ろで私の画面のところで非常に雨が降っていますけれども、この小さな一つの島に私たちは住んでいるんだというのを伝えていきたいと思います。
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. It's been a very difficult time for everybody with COVID-19, and I don't think it's going to get much better anytime soon. I hope you're all safe now, and it will continue to be so. It's going to be difficult for all of us to travel for a while, and I thought with the timing of this film starting right now, for a lot of people who would like to go abroad and have a nice summer holiday, it's something they're not going to be able to do this year. But even in a kind of vicarious sense, perhaps, by watching this film, you can really feel the pleasure that you would have had from traveling, and maybe get to some places where you wouldn't have a chance to travel otherwise.
このコロナウイルスの状況で非常に大変な時間が続いておりますが、皆さんの安全を記念いたしたいと思います。旅行とかもできないような厳しい状況ですけれども、この映画が放映されるタイミングということで非常に私はいいタイミングだなと今思っております。なかなか夏休みの間にも海外に行けないという状況の中で、この映像を通して 普段行けないような、土地ですとか国の、を感じることができますので、ぜひ、映像を通して、そこに旅行しに行ったかのような、気持ちになっていただきたいと思います。
Okay, I think we're going to have to wrap it up now. So thank you, everybody. Charles, Alena, Tim, BaoBao, and Joe, thank you for... I should have been translating my own questions, but you did it for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great, Joe. And Peter, just wonderful to thank you for your support and being here. Good to connect. Great to connect again. Alena, Charles, bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
それではモデル化してくださったピーターさんありがとうございました。チャールズさん、アルナさん、演奏していただきありがとうございました。そして、ティムさん、そしてバオバオさん、ありがとうございました。
And if you want to get a copy of the soundtrack of the film, it has this beautiful booklet that comes with it. If you don't know where to get it, send me an email.
こちらのCD なんですけれども、非常に素敵なブックレットがついてきますので、もし欲しいという方は、ピーターさんの方までご連絡ください。
Our website, smallislandbigsong.com.
There you go.
もしくは、Small Island Big Song のウェブサイトにお問い合わせください。
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
日本の皆さん、
Sing us out, Charles. Isorido. Yeah.
We don't want to leave.
Wow.
Sayonara.
Okay.